Hey guys, this is Rurouni K95 here, and welcome to our brand new video here on the Physical Media Video Library series. And it's overview time. So today we're going to be taking a look at the original Star Wars trilogy widescreen version DVD overview video, because we're long overdue for a brand new video like this, because I know a lot of you Star Wars fans want to check this out if you're a Star Wars fan, because this is something that I have never done one like this before until now, because I know a lot of you want to check this out just to give you away for this. So, let's dive into this today on the Physical Media Video Library series. Welcome back. In this brand new video, I wanted to do something because this is something I really wanted to do for like a very long time though, which I have been thinking about for like I've been doing a lot of these videos here on the Physical Media Video Library series, is that we have a brand new one as well. So we're going to be taking a look at, these are the ones that are presented in anamorphic widescreen, 16:9 anamorphic widescreen, and these are the ones that are presented in THX certified on these 3 DVDs. And this is the original trilogy, because we're going to be taking a look at the original Star Wars trilogy on DVD I have right here. So, I know a lot of you are thinking though, because these are the ones that are the 1997, 2004 re-release versions on here. Well, technically though, is that these are the ones that are presented in THX certified on this DVD though, because, however, these ones are very common though, and however, I'm going to get into a lot of history on this as well, because even though I want to come by to this as well. So before we dive into where I'm showcasing the DVDs of the original Star Wars trilogy, which are those re-releases of the 2004 DVD release ones on there, and as you guys all know, if you ever watched the channel, because this is why I've been started getting into Blu-ray now as well, because as well as a lot of different type of variety of hobbies as well, for the most part as well. Well, it's just basically the way of how I wanted to come by. If you ever wanted to showcasing on the original trilogy on this as well, because, and this time we're going to be just talking about the home video releases that were never presented in THX certified on here. Well, there's some that, especially on the original release versions on there, which we're going to get mentioned on the versions of the Laserdisc and the VHS release ones as well, accordingly. If you're a Star Wars fan, if you're watching this video though, because we're going to showcase them as well. So we're going to start off with the original Star Wars trilogy, and these versions are the 2004 re-release versions on DVD though, and these are the ones that I'm going to explain and discuss about those home video releases that are very, I think it was probably what I like to call this in a quote-unquote different versions on there as well. And I mean, if you're a Star Wars fan, I mean, you're watching the channel though as well, because this is a video for anyone who is a fan of Star Wars out there, because I just wanted to come by for this, and it's just pretty new for this as well, and I just wanted to come by for this as well. So we're going to start off with, here are the original trilogy right here. Excuse me. So we're going to be showcasing on these trilogies on here, because I got 3 of those right here on DVD. These are presented in 16:9 anamorphic widescreen, and this is THX certified also as well. So we're going to start off with here are, even though I've already done a video like this a while back, well, I'm going to mention this again. Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope. This is which is very common when it was originally back in 1970, when it was released in May 28th, 1977. It wasn't under the title as Episode 4, New Hope, but it was originally released as Star Wars when it was first premiered at the Grauman's Chinese Theater back in the 70s. Like, especially if you watch the original version on disc 2 of the 2006 edition, DVD edition of the original Star Wars movie, which is Episode 4, New Hope. I mean, disc 2 to the movie? It's probably, I'm guessing, I would say the disc 2 on this 2006 special edition DVD of Star Wars, disc 2, which is the original theatrical version, with the original crawl logo on that. It never included Episode 4, New Hope on that one, which disc 2 was never presented in THX certified. However, disc 1 is this version, which is THX certified on this DVD right here as well. However, this has the commentary by George Lucas. And the other is on this DVD release on that one. And this is a 2004 20th Century Fox Home Entertainment release on DVD, though. This is digitally mastered for superior surround and THX and the picture quality. Even though I've looked back where I did a VHS DVD comparison to the original Star Wars movie, Episode 4, New Hope, which I have it on VHS, which is the 1995 Star Wars Episode 4, New Hope VHS from Fox Video, back from the 90s, which I'm guessing is the one where it shows the old Fox logo at the beginning and the old Lucasfilm Productions logo in that one. However, the opening crawl in the VHS of Star Wars Episode 4, New Hope that I got at Hollywood Video in my previous video, it's the only version where it has Episode 4, New Hope on the VHS, which I'm guessing is the 1981 re-release version of how when they started putting Episode 4, A New Hope in the opening crawl scene in every Star Wars movie. Did that one as well, because I just wanted to come by for every version. So, this just particularly explains to the fact for how there's typical versions for what Star Wars has a lot for this as well. However, this has the DVD-ROM web link to the exclusive Star Wars content, and this is also presented in probably 16:9 anamorphic widescreen on this DVD, though, and this is THX certified on this DVD because you can notice about the THX logo on this DVD release of the original Star Wars trilogy on this one. This is the 2004 DVD release, which is presented in widescreen on here. However, there were other versions of the 1997 re-release versions of the original Star Wars trilogy on VHS, which are both in 16:9 anamorphic widescreen on the VHS, and the standard 4:3 full-frame version on the original Star Wars trilogy on the 1997 re-release versions on VHS from Fox Video, which, if you ever want to come by to this. And however, there is another edition of this on DVD, which is the standard 4:3 full-frame version on the original Star Wars trilogy box set DVD on there. But this one is from the widescreen box set version, which it has the bonus material DVD disc on here, which has some more extras on that one. And another one I got right here, and that was part of the original, and also I forgot to show you on the disc on here, because the artwork looks amazing. Here's the disc on that one. However, there was every subsequential versions on here, which I'll get to in just a moment. And another one I got right here on DVD. This is also presented in 16:9 anamorphic widescreen on this DVD also that I got right here. And this is the one that I have for the most part in my previous videos that I got right here. Star Wars Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back. The fifth of the original Star Wars movie, or if it was part under the original Star Wars trilogy in that movie as well. This particular film, like, as how I wanted to know. However, this is also presented in 16:9 anamorphic widescreen on this DVD, and this is also THX certified on this DVD for the trilogy, like Star Wars in this one as well, because as you take a notice on this, it says digitally mastered for superior sound and the picture quality. If you take a look on this DVD release on here, this is the widescreen version of Star Wars Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back on DVD, though. Just like Episode 4, New Hope DVD that I've shown you, here's the artwork to the disc on this movie. Yeah, it's a disc to the movie, though. Oh, and this also came with a insert. As you take notice on that. There's also 50 chapters on this DVD, though. I never knew this has 50 chapters. Very interesting, though, as well. However, this DVD is pretty good for the commentary if you ever want to watch something that has the commentary on there. When you're listening to the commentary and whenever you want to get into the whole breathtaking way of this as well. And at last, this is the third one in the original Star Wars trilogy franchise on here. This is the third one that was released in 1983 on DVD also. Star Wars Episode 6, Return of the Jedi. This is the outstanding movie that was released in 1983. However, this DVD is also presented in 16:9 anamorphic widescreen on this DVD. It's also THX certified. Well, every Star Wars movie on those DVD releases on here are presented in THX certified, whether it's in standard 4:3 full frame or the 16:9 anamorphic widescreen versions on there, because this is the one of how you got the example. Although I'm using this DVD as an example, though, especially every versions of the original Star Wars trilogy on this as well. And here's the disc of Return of the Jedi. Amazing artwork on this. Yeah, I thought this was very interesting, though, because this is digitally mastered for superior and picture quality on the DVD release of Star Wars Episode 6, Return of the Jedi on this DVD, though, as well. Although these are the ones that are the 2004 re-release versions, these are the ones that are presented in THX certified on this DVD, though, because if you ever wanted to come by, if you ever been a diehard Star Wars fan, if you want every version on there, because, so, I'm going to have to put this way of how I wanted to come by for these as well. So, there's a lot of home video releases of Star Wars produced out there as well, because, which, this is very interesting, because these are the ones as well so if I'm researching on, like, if you're a Star Wars fan, I noticed that original VHS releases of Star Wars, like the ones from 20th Century Fox Video or probably CBS Fox Video releases, were never presented in THX certified in that one as well. Because if you ever wanted to come by to this, if you ever wanted to pick something of how you ever wanted to come by on this as well. However, there were also these British VCD releases of the original Star Wars trilogy, which are the 1997 re-release versions on VCD. The VCD versions are basically bootlegs of the movie on there. They were never presented in THX certified on VCD as well, because just because the VCDs are presented in bad quality, which is that have the whole up to 700 gigabytes on there to watch the picture and sound quality, before DVDs arrived later on as well, accordingly, as what I noticed. And on top of this as well, there were other home video versions of Star Wars on there that were never presented in THX certified. Let's take this way on there. There is also the 16:9 anamorphic widescreen special edition UK VHS release of Return of the Jedi from CBS Fox Video. I don't know if this was ever presented in THX certified or something like this as well. If you could ever put this way as well. And I just wanted to come by to spreading the thing for this as well. Because I think that's probably over in Europe, which is the letterboxed version, which is the letterboxed version of Star Wars Episode 6, Return of the Jedi, on the special edition widescreen version on the UK VHS. I don't know if that has the Broadway logo or anything. I don't know. Yeah, I just wanted to. However, there were other versions on here. There was another version of Star Wars Trilogy Special Edition, that are also presented in THX certified on here, which it also has the behind-the-scenes footage on how they on the making of the special edition version, and the interview with George Lucas on that one. Yeah, and there's a lot of other versions of Star Wars on VHS out there as well. Although the original Star Wars movie was released on VHS, which is Episode 4 New Hope, which is released by 20th Century Fox Video, it was never presented in THX certified also accordingly, as if I'm not mistaken though, as the true thing is though, especially the one where it says the video rental library, which is the original VHS release, the original VHS tape of the original Star Wars movie. Yeah, it's this one. This was never presented in THX certified, and I'm guessing that's the only older tape, VHS tape, though. Yeah, because there's a lot more if you ever come by to this on looking for these old VHS tapes of Star Wars, the Episode 4 New Hope, the 20th Century Fox Video release on VHS. It was never presented at THX certified accordingly as well. Spectacular way of what I wanted to come by to this accordingly. I don't know if there's any other version, if you could ever find any versions of Star Wars movies that are THX certified, if you ever want to look for one as well. If you tune in to search for however, You know, especially for like old VHS releases on there. Oh, and one interesting thing of this is that I just wanted to come by on these as well, accordingly as well. Yeah, because for the thing of that about it, however, the original CBS Fox VHS releases of the original Star Wars trilogy are the ones that were never presented in THX certified on that one. Same with the 1992 Fox Video releases of the original Star Wars trilogy from Fox Video in the early 90s. Like, I believe it was either 1990 or 92 or 3 are the ones that were never presented in THX certified. But for the 1995 Fox Video releases of the original Star Wars trilogy on both VHS and Laserdisc are the ones could be the ones presented in THX certified on here. But for the VHS ones are presented in THX certified on that one. It was before you got the 1997 re-release special edition versions of Star Wars on VHS. Some can be in 4:3 standard full frame, but there's the ones that were presented in 16:9 anamorphic widescreen on VHS, and then you got the 2006 DVD editions of the original Star Wars trilogy. Disc 1 are the ones that are presented in THX certified. However, Disc 2, which are the original theatrical versions, are the only ones never presented in THX certified accordingly. Especially if you ever want to researching on both versions of the original Star Wars trilogy movies on there. If you ever been a Star Wars fan, and as well, if you ever come by to this, if you ever wanted to learn about getting into the whole home video release different versions of the original Star Wars trilogy, which is a lot more common of how I can come by for this as well. Well, Magnetic Video Corporation did got a Star Wars VHS, but it was only the making of the original Star Wars VHS, which is the making of Star Wars VHS before the subsequential home video releases of the every versions of Star Wars trilogy, before the ones that were presented in THX certified, of how you want to come by on this. There are every VHS history under this accordingly for what I wanted to search for this as well. However, there were other versions of Star Wars on VHS on there. Just because of how you wanted to learn about, for the fact when you're knowing for the whole stigma of every VHS releases of the original Star Wars trilogy as well. However, there is one interesting fact for this. These vintage Betamax tapes of the original Star Wars trilogy, like, there is also those Betamax tapes. Yeah, like accordingly, there's the Betamax release of the original Star Wars movie, which is Star Wars Episode 4: New Hope on VHS. The Betamax version from CBS Fox Video and the 20th Century Fox Video release version from Betamax that was released on Betamax are the only two that were never presented in THX certified. But the other ones that are presented in THX certified, that would be the 1995 VHS release versions, as well as the 1997 re-release versions in 16:9 anamorphic widescreen, as well as the 2004 DVD releases, which are the 2004 re-release versions that are also presented in THX certified. These ones. However, these are the only very common ones. These were also available in the box set, which it also includes the bonus materials DVD on here, which is included as well, to give you a little way for this, because it's a good way to have these as a standalone DVDs instead of having it out of the box. It means you take it out of the box and you keep the DVDs like this as on its own, in its own little certain way of this as well accordingly. This is a lot very noticed and very common about every version's on there as well. And there is also a UK VHS release of Star Wars Episode 4 New Hope video rental library, 20th Century Fox video rental library, which is also never presented at THX certified. And if I can come by to these as well. And also laser discs, like the original versions of the Star Wars trilogy on the laser discs on here. Japanese laser discs of the original Star Wars trilogy, like Episode 4 New Hope, on the Japanese Laserdisc release, it was from CBS Fox Video. It was never presented in THX certified. The special edition widescreen 16:9 anamorphic widescreen version on the American Laserdisc from CBS Fox Video, it was also never presented in THX certified also. Another edition of Star Wars Episode 4 New Hope from the 1995 Fox Video version on Laserdisc, which is presented in THX certified also, which I'm guessing it's only on the Laserdisc on that one. Same with the 16:9 anamorphic widescreen version on any versions on the DVD though. Like most of the original Star Wars movies in general as well. If you ever want to come by for this accordingly. If you ever wanted to. There is also the 2-disc 16:9 anamorphic widescreen versions of the original Star Wars trilogy, which it also includes the original theatrical versions as disc 2. But for disc 1 are the ones that are presented in THX certified, which are the ones from the 2004 re-release versions on DVD right here. Oops. Be sure to click on the subscribe button. Be sure to subscribe to my channel, especially if you're new to my channel. Smack the notifications bell button. Be sure to get notified also as well for more latest updates, just to keep you notified as well. This is going to be it for today, you guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. Let me know if you like as well. Be sure to check out my Anime Planet or Analyst, because I've been getting into Letterboxd as well. And that's it going to be it for today's video here for today, you guys. Thank you for watching. And this is Rurouni K95 saying thank you for watching my video, and I'm glad you liked it. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope to see you soon for the next video. Be sure to stay safe, stay healthy, and have a great day. This is Rurouni K95 signing off. Thank you for watching my video, and I will see you soon for more videos that I got on plan for what's in store. Ta-ta for now for today's video. Take care.